him. So I said, I'll make a deal with you, honey. I won't nag you if you listen to me the first fucking time.
Does your husband nag you?
And then he said, what?
Or do you nag your husband?
You know what? I think I must, but it's only because he doesn't listen to me the first time.
Yeah, we definitely have selective hearing. Guys.
What?
Yeah.
You do, right?
The thing with me is I finally learned to listen with Nick.
Well, because you're so in love with her.
Right, but now I can't fucking hear anything.
Oh.
Like I'm losing my hearing.
Are you a drummer?
20 years in front of those Marshall stacks. I'm a front man. I ain't no fucking drummer. Jane's Addiction. You ever heard of them?
Are you
Kind
Jay's
of a big,
Addiction?
Kind of a big band I was in charge of for a long time, Liebman.
Are you really losing your hearing?
Yeah, bad. Like if the faucet's running, I have no idea what you're just the mouth moving up and down to me.
Have you had that checked?
Or if you're a woman.
Maybe you have a tumor.
Maybe I have a tumor in my eye, in my tear duct, but in my eye. In my other one, we'd match and we'd have eye patches and
Is this how they all go, or?
No, this is very
loose.
They all are very loose and laid back. Yeah, this is pretty much how they all go.
Okay.
So you do the Tonight Show.
Okay.
Now, did you get the quintessential thumbs up, wink? Like, what did he do?
So he did this. He made the A-OK sign.
Okay.
But it wasn't on camera. And so I kind of freaked out. Or I was really depressed about it. And he heard. And so he and Ed McMahon came to my dressing room. At which point, you could have just...
How do you know on the stage that it's not on camera, that his A-OK wasn't on camera?
Because somebody backstage told me.
People can't wait to give you fucking bad news in this town.
It's true.
It's like you were just like, oh my God, I did the Tonight Show. They're like, he gave you an A-OK, but no one saw it. Part of this went wrong and you don't even know.
Right. Did you get to sit down? No.
But he did like you because what wasn't on camera. So he came back, him and Ed?
Yes.
That's probably the only time they were ever together.
It was totally, they were like holographs at that point. I don't even remember what they said.
Do you think they liked each other?
Not like that.
No, I mean, do you think they were like friends? Do you think they actually were like friendly, or do you think at that point they're like, this fucking guy?
Like, no, I think.
Were they jovial? Did they come up in like a sack and a 3-legged race? Like, you've done it again, Ed.
No.
And what did he say to you? Do you remember?
He said, congratulations, and we'll have to have you back.
And then he died. Then he died.
And then he left the show.
His same as dying, really.
And then he grew his hair really long.
So did Lyndon Johnson.
He did?
Yeah, he went
That's kind of freaky.
He went batshit crazy. It's amazing. Like he left his, because he didn't smoke in the White House and he didn't have like red meat because he had a bad heart-ish. And then right when he left, he was like a giant man.
How do you know this?
Presidential history is kind of my thing. So like right when he left the White House, it's like a fucking Napoleon Dynamite line. But like the guy like trying to get pussy the complete wrong way. Presidential history is kind of my thing.
Do you watch Jeopardy?
I do. And I yell at the TV.
That they're wrong?
Yeah. Or sometimes what I have to get through my head is that not answering is not minus points.
Right.
And I'll yell out the wrong, like I'll panic and go, William Jennings Bryan. And there's like, no, sorry, Dewey. It was Senator Dewey.
Are you going to be on Celebrity Jeopardy?
I was on Celebrity Weakest Link.
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
I did see that.
And that asshole, what's her name? She was in Jerry Maguire. She's married to George Stephanopoulos.
Oh, yeah. Wentworth.
Alexandra Wentworth fucking voted me out. And they're like, why? And she goes, you know, that thing between you and I on Jerry Maguire. And I'm like, first of all, you were cut out of Jerry Maguire for the most part. Second of all, all of America.
In that.
Thank you. Second of all of America now thinks that you and I had a bizarre encounter on Jerry Maguire because people think I'm a fucking creep to begin with. And then third of all, I just answered everything right. Why did you vote me out? All I know is first round, we raised $12,000. Second round without me, $3,000. Kiss my ass, Wentworth.
She didn't want the competition. She knew you were better.
Fuck, but you know, I live for that shit, for the competition. You gotta keep me in the game. If I give up 6 runs, leave me on the mountain. Let me die out there until my arm falls off. But the good thing is I let it go.
I can tell. I've heard that people don't even care what the prize is, but if there's something to win, they get really excited. But
Have you done a celebrity game show?
No, I can't even get on Dancing with the Stars. I'm not enough of a celebrity, and I'm fine with that. And plus, I would probably be too nervous to be on Celebrity Jeopardy. And I'm not as smart as I look.
You look smart.
I once tried to tip a player piano. I didn't know that. I didn't know that nobody was playing it, and I was like, "Wow, this is good. I'm going to go over there."
Dancing with the Stars. Do you think you could win?
I definitely couldn't win it.
Do you think you
But
could
I've done
not be first eliminated?
I've done the Macarena and the
Really?
Hokey Pokey and the lap dance for my husband.
How'd it
But
go?
no, I probably would be eliminated. Maybe not right away, but it would still be a good.
Andrew's
experience.
absolutely bananas with that joke.
I'm so happy.
Keep him coming. Slide him in.
Pressure.
I saw you on Tom Papa's radio show. I was tripping balls on LSD, and I saw you on the radio. And that's when I was like, "Oh my God, I got to get her on my podcast. She's so funny. She's so fun."
Thank
You guys had a were you guys in a studio?
No, it was his living room.
Like very effortless conversation.
I think I told you I didn't even know the microphone was on.
Well, we haven't started yet.
Okay.
I'm just waiting you to get warmed up. You know.
You're waiting for the jokes to start.
No, they started. Player piano. We're up and running. 9 Lettermans. How do you get? I get this. Like when I do the Tonight Show, I've become like their Buddy Hackett. Like when somebody cancels, Johnny would always call Buddy Hackett. So tonight was my 18th one, all in over like 10. But you get like panic. Like I don't know what 7 minutes of material I could because I don't write clean material for the flyover states. I'm way more of a
Coastal.
I guess so, but I guess
You're
just
accessible.
I guess I just proved that.
So
I
they
am.
called you and they said,
They
"Can
go,
you
we have
come
Charlie
down?"
Sheen. We need a guest after him in case things go south, or if there's like an actress that they're like, I don't know how this is going to go, or politicians. I always go after politicians. John McCain, Hillary Clinton, Mitt Romney, all at once, and then we made a pyramid. Like 8 is enough.
Did you get to meet them?
Yeah, they were great. They were all great. They were all really great. Mitt Romney is so handsome in person. It's alarming. Like Mormon handsome is on another level of handsome. Like they have.
Really?
You've never met like
It's
hot
for no
Mormon.
caffeine?
I don't know what it must be, but like every handsome Mormon I've met. And
Donnie and Marie?
look at them. Look at even Jimmy's good looking, and he's the idiot. He plays trumpet. He's a fucking buffoon.
He's actually, my husband worked with the Osmonds in the 80s or the 90s.
Same thing.
And he's the smart one.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so smart.
He's the smart one, though. No, seriously. He's the businessman.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
My Aunt Christy is special. Like, for real special. Okay? Obsessed with Donny Osmond.
Really?
If you say Jimmy, she'll fucking throw shit against the wall. And imitate him playing a trumpet like, Jimmy, his stupid horn, doo-doo, Jimmy. And then she waves her hands. Like, she abhors.
Dismisses.
Not dismisses.
Hates.
Like, she'll throw things against the wall. She's a grown woman. And she gets mad and throws shit against the wall. Donnie, on the other hand, she's so in love with. My wife was doing Las Vegas. Aunt Christy goes to the set of Las Vegas. And she gets to meet Donny Osmond. And she's starstruck. And to watch somebody, like they really are the complete unspoken for minority. That's why I don't like retard jokes and all that stuff. Like, and my wife's the one that really hipped me to it. It's the only group of people that absolutely cannot defend themselves at any time. And they know the word retard. Like if they hear it, it's like, whoa, like who said that? It's bad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So she meets Donny Osmond, her all-time hero, but put through like a special person prism of like, he's God. And she goes up to him. They go, hey, Christy, this is Donny Osmond. Donny Osmond, this is my Aunt Christy, Nick says. And she goes, I've been knowing you a long time, Donny Osmond. And Donny Osmond puts his arms on her shoulders and goes, and now I know you. Oh. And she starts crying and they hug. A year and a half goes by. And Donny Osmond and my wife are maybe at the Christmas parade, some weird shit that they happen to be together. And she goes, I have to tell you, remember you were on the show Las Vegas? He goes, yeah, I remember you and everything. He goes, my wife says, you met my Aunt Christy. She's special. And you were so nice to her. And do you remember that? And he goes, no, I'm sorry, I don't. He's that awesome all the time that meeting a special person was just like if someone comes up to you in the street like, you played the Funny Bone in Albuquerque in 91 and after the show we shook hands. Do you remember that? You're like, no, I don't remember that. That's how he is all the time. Donnie.
Awesome.
Awesome. King Mormon.
Somebody came up to me once and said, I know where you were when O.J. Simpson killed his wife. Because I was on a cruise and we were all like huddled around this one television set.
And that you were and the person was on the cruise with you,
and they were in the audience, yeah.
They were in the Coast Guard looking at you through a periscope.
Me and Bruce Fine.
Oh. Bud Bundy. You know where I was? I was at Knicks Rockets Game 5 Finals, NBA Finals at Madison Square Garden. 18,000 people in a group, 17,500 people had no idea what was happening. All they knew was Patrick had 26 and 14 and John Starks was hot as fuck from downtown. I'm swearing too much.
You love sports.
Well, yeah, I'm just a guy, I guess. And then when I left and went home, everyone was blowing up my phone going, who won the game? Who won the game? I'm like, what do you live under a rock? They go, everything was preempted. The finals was preempted for that stupid Bronco chase. But I would have watched it too.
Right.
But the Knicks won that game. And I remember Patrick Ewing, speaking of special people, there's a railing in Madison Square Garden that's only for wheelchairs. It's the upper, if you picture two bowls on top of one another, the bottom one being less wide, I guess. And then there's a railing that goes all the way across. That railing is where and it's like parking spaces.
Right.
Like painted for wheelchairs. That's where people sit that are in wheelchairs have to sit their entire lives. Patrick Ewing, there was 15 seconds left in the first half. Knicks are up by 9 points. They're throwing the ball around. No open shots. Hakeem Olajuwon, the Dreams. You just play along like you know what the hell I'm talking about.
Okay, I don't follow. I don't really watch football.
Otis Thorpe, the Dream, Hakeem Olajuwon. They are just Kenny Smith. They have just locked up the Knicks on defense, and it's 3, 2, and inexplicably somebody throws the ball out to Patrick Ewing, who's on the 3-point line. This is a 7'2" Jamaican. He's on the 3-point line, and he puts up a prayer. And it goes in like a 7-footer hitting a 3-pointer. I swear on my son's eyes, those people in the wheelchairs stood up and clapped. And we went, holy shit! Oh, and me and my friend Milton were at this game. I go, oh my god! And then we went, what the hell is that shit? They're full. They just do that to get these bitchin' seats. They were jumping up and down, yeah. Jumped out of the wheelchair.
Goosebumps.
Because of my incredible storytelling.
It's incredible.
Because he gave them the ability to walk. Wendy, you missed the point of the story.
No, I know that it was so incredible that they stood up.
No, they weren't real wheelchair people.
No, I get that they were faking it like the blind people who say they're blind, and then when you say their name, they turn around and look at you.
It's not. You don't think that's because they can hear you say their name?
Well, they do something. They take your money, and you're taking their money out of their cup, and then they're like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?"
I think you're thinking of gypsies. Blind gypsies.
I don't know. We're sitting in your garage, and I think there's an exhaust pipe going somewhere because I'm feeling a little.
Are you feeling woozy?
High. No.
Oh, it's probably Andrew. He's got reefer coming off out of his pores. 9 Lettermans. First one, second one, third one. Do you remember one being worse than another?
I remember one. The first one I was bumped from. I was bumped twice. The first time was because Arnold Schwarzenegger was playing basketball with a dog. And the segment went long.
Well, yeah.
And speaking of basketball.
Yeah. I see what you did.
And I didn't plan it like that. Just sometimes it happens. And I I actually was relieved because I was so nervous. Because Letterman, I used to watch Letterman and think I would love to be on that show. And then so finally I'm there and I'm freaking out.
How did you get the invitation to go on Letterman?
I guess Robert Morton saw me in Boston.
Morty Pie.
Yeah. And I auditioned many times and then
At
finally
what club?
they put me
Different
on.
clubs?
In Boston, Stitches, Played Again Sam's, Comedy Connection.
So finally
Catch
Morty
Rising
says,
Star.
you've been invited
Right.
to come be on. Because the listeners have no idea how it goes. They just think, hey,